Alrighty, it's your boy Zuxis, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And today, for the first time on the channel, we're actually going to be doing a unit showcase. I guess technically we did one with Himeno, but these are going to be like in-depth like showcases, right? I want to add these to the channel because one, a lot of you guys have been asking for them, and two, I don't want my channel to only have guides and summons, right? I want you guys to have more reasons to why you know to watch me or whatever. So make sure you guys subscribe and like if you're new. And yeah, let me start off with disclaimers. These showcases right now are not going to be level 200, right? Obviously my characters are not level 200. They're not going to be max skilled, anything like that. That's just normal, right? Not even whales have all their skills max. So I mean, some do maybe. Well, not for every single character, I don't think. Maybe there's some, but like it's probably not even 10, right, in the world. So keep that in mind, right? These guys are not going to be maxed out or nothing like that. Right now we're in the range of 156 to 161. That's where our level range is at. So please bear with me. I mean, we're just showcasing their skills and how good they are, right? I guess right now the level, in terms of how I'm going to showcase them, the level doesn't really matter essentially. I don't want to say it doesn't really matter, but it's like you'll see when you see, right? So we're going to be doing our first one on MODERNIA here. A very, very good character. I do highly recommend, if you have her, invest into her because she's one of the better units. For my gear, nothing like special, just tier 8 and then tier 7, tier 7, tier 7. Very, very, I guess this is what's considered good for my power range here. For the skills, you can see I have her 887. Again, this is a character you probably want to invest into. I also, my levels here, I guess these maybe matter, but attacker class, my thing is level 17, and then for pilgrims, it's level 18. So we're getting extra stats for that. And then the cube I have is the assault cube, just for extra hit for her, or hit rate for her second skill here, right? So let's take a look at what she does here, right? So again, level 8, level 8, level 7. So when normal attack hits, affects the target, deal 2.8% of attack as additional damage. So essentially, every time she's hitting an enemy, she's just doing extra damage, 2.8% every time, just extra damage. I mean, mine is, right? Yours is probably doing either less or more, right? It depends on what level it is. And then activates when normal attack hits 200 times. She increases her crit damage by 13.29%, and that stacks up to 5 times for 10 seconds, which means she is going up to around 60-something% crit rate increase if she stacks. So keep that in mind. Her max ammo capacity also decreases, I guess, by 5%. Stacks up to, what's it called? It stacks up to 5 times and lasts 10 seconds, right? Obviously, the lower the ammo capacity is, it might be better or not. Well, it doesn't really matter for her. It doesn't really matter for her, right? Because, yeah, it doesn't really matter for her. And then her second skill affects all allies when activating when fully burst, when in a full burst. So everybody's hit rate gets increased by 7.84% for 15 seconds. Essentially, it's just more accuracy for everybody, which is very, very good. And then affects self-attacking when she hits 200 times. During hit... Let me read this properly. My bad, y'all. It's late. Effect self activates when normal attack hits 200 times during increasing hit rate status. So essentially, when we're in a full burst, our attack is increased by 26.93% for 10 seconds, right? So this is as simple as that. When we're in a full burst, our attack is increased by basically 27%. And then her burst skill increases the burst time by an extra 5 seconds. And then grants unlimited ammunition for 15 seconds, which she enters destroy mode, extending the line of sight to auto aim at all enemies. So you're going to see in a second here, oh my. Yeah, you're going to see here in a second that when she's attacking in a full burst, when she uses her ultimate and she's in a full burst, you're going to see she's going to attack one enemy, or everybody's going to attack one enemy, but every single enemy is taking damage. Hopefully you're going to see it. I mean, it shows little ticks, but you're going to see it. So let's go into my union raid, and we're going to go into union raid and just test some damage here, and I'll show you guys, right? I'm going to also bring Haran. I'll use literally this team right here, right? So I have Pepper there just for heals. Senti is just, I mean, I could take Senti off and put Rupee. Right, we'll probably try that after. Probably we'll try one with Helm too, just for more damage. But if you notice here, we have it on auto. Right, her and Haran are my DPS really, right? So as you see, they're all attacking one character here. And now, so she's already at 1.1 million. If you look, you're going to notice every enemy here is actually losing. You can't really see it, but they're losing HP. Nobody's hitting these enemies, and they're losing HP, right? Because they were all there when she got her full burst, right? So that's the great thing about it, right? Especially when it comes to these types of events where there's a lot of enemies and, like, it's based on damage, right? When there's a lot of enemies and it's based on damage, that's going to be great because it's just going to multiply your damage by a lot, right? So essentially for like just high scoring, she's going to be probably the best character in the game to get you those high points because of her burst, right? So now we're going to have Haran's ult here, and right, yeah, we're going to have Haran's ult here in a second. And, oh, I guess not. Who's doing more, right? So, Modernia is, like, literally double Haran's damage, right? Not to mention we are getting attack buff from Privity here when we enter the full burst. But, yeah, the fact that, like, look, this enemy here is losing HP. These enemies are losing HP and nobody's hitting them, right? So, it is very, very good. It is very good what's happening here. Not to mention, I could get more support, right? Senti, again, is really just tanking here, right? Senti doesn't, if we look at Senti here, she's not giving us any buffs besides tanking damage, right? So, yeah, she's not increasing our damage, right? She's just, I mean, she's lowering defense, right? So that's, I guess that is increasing our damage, essentially. But yeah, as you see here, nothing crazy, but yeah, the fact that she, like, what's the numbers at right now? Yeah, 12 milli. She's literally double, like, Haran, right? And we can get more, too, right? I feel like if we take Senti off and we put, like, Helm, the only thing is we can't take Helm or Senti off. I mean, we could put Rupee in, right? But, yeah, essentially, it's very broken how she works there. Let me put in something like Rupee. I'll put in Rupee. And then I'll probably take out Pepper and put in Xmas Rupee. Let me figure this out. Okay, so I put in N102 because she's actually going to be increasing our damage too when we are in a full burst. And then it's essentially the same thing. I could take out Haran, but I don't feel like there's anybody else here who can really do much damage with her. Maybe Laplace, but like there's no real bosses here. So yeah, we're gonna go in with this team here. I don't think anybody should die. It doesn't seem like anybody was dying before, regardless if we were healing or not. So, there is that. But yeah, I will say she is very good. Again, she is definitely going to probably be the best unit in the game to, like, get those points up for you. Because, again, her full burst is just multiplying and attacking enemies that nobody else is hitting, essentially. Right? Like, let me try to focus all on one enemy here. And then, as you see, these enemies here, if you look at the enemies here on the left, they're taking damage, right? If we look at them, they are taking damage, right? So, keep that in mind, right? She's a very, very broken character. They're taking damage down here. You can't really see, you can't really see the ticks going down, but she is doing damage to them, right? And already at 4 million, right? She's like, this is too much. This is too much, right? Again, obviously for 200, the numbers would be higher, but it wouldn't change anything. The numbers would be bigger, but it's essentially still like showing the same thing, right? She's just too much damage coming from her. I wish I had Scarlet so I can do a comparison. But even if I did pull Scarlet, she wouldn't be like as nearly as infested as my Modernia, right? So keep that in mind, right? But again, also keeping the burst, having the burst like increased by 5 seconds is also good because we're getting full burst damage for an extra 5 seconds, right? So everybody's hitting hard here, really, right? If they add more characters like Modernia with an ultimate like that, it's gonna be very, very, very broken. Especially if they're like a burst 2 or burst 1 unit, right? I don't think we're ever gonna get. They could be weak 2, but even still, if they're burst 1 or 2 and an ultimate like that, it is gonna be pretty insane, right? So she's already at 10 million, while Haran, who's getting the exact same buffs as her, is sitting not even at 5 million, right? The exact same buffs that she's giving everybody, or I guess like, well, yeah, like, yeah, the same buffs that, I guess the only thing that she has over thing is she's increasing her attack like crazy though, right? Right, she's attacking, or is that her second skill here? Yeah, so every 200 things she's in, every 200 hits, she's increasing her attack, and that's where this is right here, right? We have it for an extra 4 seconds, right? But yeah, I mean, it's very insane how this character works. Definitely a must invest in character. It's very, very insane. Like, I'm gonna try to see the very last second. We're gonna hit 24 million here. And then let's like look at the thing, right? So we're still 14 in our thing. 11 million, 5 million, 3 million, right? And she only had like what? 2K more, literally 2K, 2002, literally 2002 more attack than Haran, but 2002 more attack is not gonna do this, right? So it's just the buff she gives herself for hitting 200 times. Obviously the buff from everybody else, but it's just so broken how she works, right? I definitely think she is going to be one of the better characters in terms of rushing points, right? Because again, being able to attack all enemies at once is a very, very broken mechanic. So if you do have Modernia, definitely invest in her. Because again, she's top 3 DPS in the game easily. There's no question. But yeah, she looks nice too, right? But I mean, she looks nice too, but not best looking in the game. Definitely not. But yeah, definitely a must invest in character. You guys let me know what you think, and let me know if there's any other characters you guys want me to showcase in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.